Sorry, having some technical difficulties here. It's nighttime here. Welcome to the SmokeSesh. Hope you're all well. Just getting set up here. Give me a sec. Some technical difficulties, unfortunately. Hey, what's up, people? How you doing? It's Chris, and I'm minus Chris tonight. He is off gallivanting somewhere. I think he's in Pennsylvania getting drunk with his buddies. It's his best friend's bachelor party this weekend, so we wish him well, and big cheers to Chris McCarthy. I love him. I miss him. Sucks that he's not here, but anyway, we're all here together having a good time. So raise a glass, smoke a bong, do what you're doing. And let's sit down. Let's have a conversation. Tonight, I am drinking some Maker's Mark Private Select. It's really good. Excellent bourbon. If you guys can get a hold of it, it would be good. What else is going on? Can't wait to hear Drew, you can't wait to hear the vocals. Yeah, dude. The vocal patterns are insane. It makes the song even slammier than the song is now. We're really psyched about it. So cool. Mike Von Eyck, we haven't even touched your solos yet, dude. I told you it's going to be a real long time, so be patient. Maybe next summer we'll get it done, but we got to take care of a lot of other stuff first, unfortunately. So anyway, so what we got? We got a lot of people watching already. That's awesome, man. Connor, what's up, man? How you doing? It's good to see you. I'm glad you're not behind iMovie making your movie for oncology. I hope you're done with that and hope everything's all right. Oh, it's beautiful out. I was going to do this in our studio in the garage, but it's like 70 degrees outside right now. So I set up a makeshift light over here and all kinds of stuff, and we're just kind of, you know, going live from here. So, hey, Terry, what's up, man? Good to hear from you. I just got some really good bay rum from, I forgot the name of the company, but oh my God, it's really good. I got to send you the name of it. It's doesn't have a lot of clove in it, so it's really nice bay rum. So, anyway. Matthew, you're welcome for the shirt. Thank you for answering the contest correctly. That's great. We can't wait to get back to London either, Lena. It's going to be fun, man. So anyway, we're on this is my show. I guess I'm running the show, right? We're going to do an open Q&A today. I was pretty psyched with the weather today because I got to play with my car, which made me super happy, you know. It's probably the last time this year I'm going to get my car out, so I got it out. I made a little video for you guys of my car. I hope you guys like it. I'll show it to you now if you want to see it. Not that you'd care, but anyway. Stuff like that. Here's the specs on the car. It was built on October 27th in 1967. It was built in Hamtramck, Michigan. The color is electric blue metallic. It has the Formula S option, which is the 340 cubic inch engine, heavy duty suspension. That's me driving. There's the interior of the car. This is the interior. Nice cabin. Nice. A lot of As you can see,
the coolest thing is that...
What, James? Get in the camera. If you're going to be in the camera, get in the camera, James.
When you floored it, we swerved.
That's right, we did. So anyway, that was my little video on the car. Yeah, I blipped the gas pedal. My son wasn't very happy about it. So who cares? It was great. So what are you guys doing? Yeah, Mike, I had the build date. I decoded the whole car. I got the build date, like I said, October 27th, 1967, which is cool. It's an early build. Robert Driver asks, how hard is it to find parts to fix the car? When I restored this car, it was very hard to find parts because nobody was restoring this year Barracuda, so finding parts was impossible. Now there's lots of reproduction parts available, and there's a lot of used parts available now that the car's becoming popular now. So, yep, AM radio only. It's 5-watt AM radio. You cannot hear it when the car is moving, so it's never on. And beside, the only sound I like is the sound of the exhaust. So anyway, you know, that's the way it is. Kyle, I'm doing okay, buddy. Thanks for asking. If you guys have been watching the show, you know I've been struggling with this stupid blood disease called babiosis, which has kicked the shit out of me for about a month and a half. It's from a tick bite, and it compromises all your red blood cells. So I literally was going through about a month of nothing but muscle pain and horrible chest pain, nausea, all kinds of stuff. It seems to be subsiding quite a bit. The medicine I'm taking seems to be working. It's a combination of an antibiotic, vitamin C, and quinine. And it seems to now, I finally feel like I'm coming around the corner. The past couple of days I've gotten up without any muscle pain, which is great. But Tuesday, I went to the gym, and I did some cardio, and I don't think was 100%, threw up all over the place. Threw up on the elliptical machine, ran out of the gym covering my mouth with my mask, which had vomit all over it, It was disgusting. I got in my car. I started trying to drive home. I could barely get home. I kept having to stop, open the door, throw up, drive 15 feet, open the door, throw up. It was horrible. But after that, I felt like $1,000,000, and it's like I almost vomited out this fucking awful disease. I got about 2 more days left of medicine, and I'm done. And I think, God willing, I've turned the corner on this stupid fucking thing. So I'm happy about it. Thanks for a lot of you guys emailed me asking me how I was doing. I appreciate you guys asking me how I was doing and all that stuff. So thanks also. I got a lot of fucking questions here. Hold on a minute. Do I know how I got the tick bite? No, most probably walking my dog. I would think that it was happened during the late summer, probably, because they say it takes 1 to 2 weeks for the disease to actually happen. So I think it was late summer, walking my dog, and apparently this babiosis you only get from baby ticks. So the doctor told me that I wouldn't even feel the bite. So I probably didn't, and I never noticed because I always wear a hat when I take the dog for a walk. So, but I still check my hair. I check my body all the time for ticks, and I didn't find anything. So I think it's gone. I think it's gone. So I got a couple of presents this week, though. It's been a good week over here at the IB compound. My friend Arnie, if he's watching, sent me this John Boy and Billy's grilling sauce, which I'm going to take a taste right now for you guys and tell you all about it. Ooh, wow! So it's not hot, but it's definitely like a North Carolina-based sauce. You can taste a lot of vinegar in it, which I love. I love that tang of vinegar, and I also taste some brown sugar, which is nice. A little bit of honey, pepper, and molasses. Oh, it's a good barbecue sauce, and it's there's definitely brown sugar in it because my finger is super sticky. So, thank you, Warren. This is great. I'm going to make brats after, there we go. I'm going to make brats after I eat, and I'm going to use this barbecue sauce because it's really good. It reminds me of Open Pit, if you guys have ever had Open Pit barbecue sauce, except it has a little more sweetness to it than Open Pit does. Drew Roberts asks the dumbest question in the world. Do your neighbors know you live next to a slam god? Thanks, Robert. No, I don't think they know. They listen. I'm a slam god, but whatever. Matthew asks, if you had to choose between a tick bite or listening to Anthrax, what would it be? I'd rather have a tick bite. Sorry, I do not like Anthrax. And Anthrax is the reason we came up with the term slam for our music, because we hated the word mosh, and we always thought Anthrax was like completely weak. And from that conversation talking about Anthrax and mosh, we decided to use the word slam and promote slam, and we owe it all to Anthrax. So there's your answer. How's that? Sorry. What else we got going on here? We got a lot of questions. Well, I'm glad you guys are asking me to do okay. Amanda, thanks for watching again, as usual. I appreciate it. I hope all you crazy people are drinking or doing something tonight. It's a beautiful Saturday. How's the weather by where you guys are? It is absolutely gorgeous here tonight. All I have is on a hoodie, my IB hoodie, and my Vomit Remnants hoodie, and it is gorgeous. It's like 65. It's great. I can't wait tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be like 72. I'm taking the car out all day, and I am going, man. It's going to be a good time. So looking forward to tomorrow. So, yeah, Mike, I'm glad Jesse isn't here either because he'd throw up, So I also got, thank you, Brian. Yes, I am feeling much better. Not 100%, but I'm getting there. I also got another present from one of my clients, actually. So this was fun. A client actually gave me this. This is a nice guitar here. It's what he told me is like a 1976 Hohner. You know, I don't know anything about it. The strings are original from 1976 as well. The intonation's a little out, but sounds pretty good though. You know. So thanks to my client Steve Linden, who gave me this guitar. I appreciate it. I'm gonna clean it up and get it straightened out and use it. I definitely have the best clients. I have to tell you, they rule, and that was a great gift. So I really appreciate that. So there might be some acoustic on the next IB album. Actually, there is some acoustic on the next IB album, but nothing crazy. I'm not doing some kind of crazy lilting. You know, might do a cover of Laguna Sunrise, but no, there's some acoustic on the next album. So there might even be some slide guitar. I don't know yet. I'm thinking recruiting ex-bassist Jason Liff, who is an amazing slide player, to do a slide part on an outro to one of the songs that we are writing. But I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see what happens. So we always thought there should be a little slide in IB, get more of that blues thing going, since that's my passion. But we'll see what happens. Everything's on the table with this next album. So you heard the demo song, so that's kind of you can hear that song is really slammy and really aggressive and groovy as hell. It's all IB. The song we just finished now, it's got some classic IB parts, but it also has some interesting twists and turns and some immolation influences and some other influences in it. So we're trying to expand the IB sound a little without losing the core of our sound. So you don't have to worry. We're never going to lose the core of our sound, but we're going to shake things up a little bit and, stay one step ahead of everybody else, because that's what we do. So that's what we try to do. So anyway. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Kuba. You like the outro on This Day I Fight. Thanks. That's I wrote that. That was I don't know why we put that in the song, but I always liked that little outro, and I think Jerry was like, yeah, put that at the end of This Day I Fight, and they brought me into the studio and I did it, and it was a lot of fun. So I was really happy about do that. Good question, Casey. Have you guys thought about re-recording some old tracks for the next CD? We have, and we're actually arguing about what song to do. We're hoping to do another an old album song on the next CD. We just don't know which one. We might want to. All of us seem to really love "Ruthless Inhumanity," so we might redo that. We might redo "God of Subservience." I don't know yet. Like I said, we're arguing back and forth about it, which is a good thing that everybody has an opinion. But I do think that we will be doing a old song and giving it a modern production. So, Kyle Jordan asks, "Do you ever write acoustic for IB or go straight to electric?" Kyle, actually, I write a bunch of riffs on acoustic. I don't necessarily write the chromatic slammy riffs on my acoustic guitar, but those bendy riffs that I like to do, where I bend the shit out of the strings, or I do a lot of string sliding stuff, which is kind of like my trademark thing. A lot of that's written on the acoustic first. That's usually, if I think it sounds cool on an acoustic, I think I say to myself, it's going to translate really well to the electric. So that's I do quite a bit on the acoustic. I do write quite a bit on the acoustic as far as like bendy riffs, but like chromatic riffs and stuff like that, I don't really write on electric and grind riffs. Notey tremolo picked riffs. I usually figure out the tremolo melody on an acoustic before I even go into banana. Before I go into a tremolo picked part, I figure it out on acoustic first, because I want my ear to like what I hear on the acoustic. So here's a good question. The dog's name is Duster. He's a pain in the ass, but we love him. So what records do I spin in the car currently? What am I listening to currently? I'm still hung up on the new Defeated Sanity album. I've been listening to that quite a bit. Um, I've been listening. I try not to listen to a lot of music, death metal related, while I'm writing an album. So a lot of the stuff I'm listening to, beside like the Defeated Sanity and my usual classics like Mortal Decay and stuff, is I'm listening to a lot of Chicago, a lot of John McLaughlin and the Mahavishnu Orchestra. And stuff like that, just to like clear my brain and give me some ideas. And I'm listening to a lot of podcasts, actually. I'm listening to a podcast right now called Dictators, which I think is absolutely fascinating. Goes into the backstory about all the dictators throughout history. And I'm a history nerd, so it's a really cool podcast. I've been listening to that a lot lately. So, Sean, Plymouth Duster. That's exactly why we named him that. Barracuda just didn't sound like a good name, so we didn't go that way. And yeah, Duster is also a demon, so there's that. Yes, Mike, Duster and a demon are pretty much the same. Actually, from the front door back, the Duster and demon are exactly the same, but the front clip on a Duster is a Plymouth Valiant front clip, and the front clip on a demon is a Dodge Dart front clip. So that's the only place they're different. And the interiors are a little different. Dodge's standard interiors a little more upscale than a Plymouth, but they had to change the name of Demon in '72 anyway because all the religious people got mad at the name, so they couldn't do it. Death metal or slam, who is your favorite vocalist? All right, I have a couple favorite vocalists. Carl Willits is one of my favorite vocalists. Daryl Wagner from Pyrexia is one of my favorite vocalists. Frank Mullen, of course, I love. Scotty Ruth from Ripping Corpse, I think he was fucking great. He was amazing vocalist, very twisted sounding. I like that mid-rangey twisted sound as well, and I think Scott Ruth did a really great job with that. Luke LeMay, I really like. He's a great vocalist too. There's a lot of good ones. I can't go through all of them. I mean, there's just Ross Dolan is probably top 3 vocalists for me. I think Ross Dolan has probably the greatest. He's got everything. He's got everything going. He's got deep as hell, and he's got clarity. You can understand everything Ross is spewing out. He's not guttural, but he's dark and he's heavy as hell. God, I love his vocals so much. He's like I said, one of my top ones. So, oh, whoa! What is this? Stay tuned for Scott Ruth. It's in the works, Brian. I need to know more, dude. He's one of my favorite vocalists, so I have to know more. Actually, I don't know if Scott would remember this, but one of the first shows IB ever played in Maryland, we played with Ripping Corpse. I can't remember the year. It was early, 92 maybe, maybe early 93. We were playing at Wilmer's Park in Maryland. I remember that. And we had sold a whole bunch of merchandise. And this was one of our first, maybe our second out-of-state show or something like that. It wasn't our first. But we sold a whole bunch of merchandise, and the bouncers at the Wilmer's Park were trying to take money from us. And I can remember fucking Scott from Ripping Corpse stepping up for us and saying that we're not giving them shit, and he defended IB and all that. I'll never forget that. Anyway, that's my Scott Ruth story. That was a fucking cool story. So, anyway. Kuba, what do I think of the new Merciless Concept tracks? What do you think I think of them? Fucking Charlie, fucking Muller is a fucking sick vocalist. I mean, come on. It's great. If you guys haven't checked it out, you should. You should. I know they have some new stuff up, and you can pre-order their album now. So look up Merciless Concept on Facebook, and I'd pre-order their album if you could. So next week's guest. Let me look at the calendar and see. I don't think we're having any guests up until Thanksgiving. No, actually, I think we might be having. Oh wait, it's the 14th. I think next week is Mike Mayo from Waking the Cadaver. He's either next week or the week after. So we got him coming up. I want to say it's next week. We got him coming up, and then we got Danny Nelson coming up early in December, which is going to be fun. So that's a couple of guests coming up. I think Mayo is next week. I don't know my calendar. I'm not on the right calendar on my computer, so I can't tell. Chris, how long you have had your CUDA? I think I bought it. I believe I bought it in 1998. I bought it for $500. It was a piece of shit. It did not look like it looks now. It was a rusted Hulk, but it was a numbers matching 340 Formula S Barracuda, which I knew was rare, and I always loved them, and so I bought it for $500. So, you know. Colton, yes, I've checked out the new Incinerate many a time. It's a great album. Sasha's the man when it comes to playing bass, and Jesse's the man too. I love the new Incinerate. Actually shared it a couple of times on my Facebook page. I'm very excited that they came out with such a great album. What do you guys think about this? I guess your younger guys don't care so much, but it seems to me that the album cycle for a band is so short now. It's like an album comes out and everybody talks about it for not even a week, and then it disappears. I don't know what earlier on, an album cycle would be a lot longer. Now it seems like even no matter how great an album is, it seems like people only talk about it for a week. Is it that they stopped listening to the album, or is it that just now the military's flying over? Anyway, so what do you guys think about that? I think it's kind of crazy that an album cycle seems so short. It seems like for all that work a band is doing, and then they put out an album and people talk about it for like 3 days, and then it kind of goes right under the radar. So I don't know. Some people, Kuba says there's too much music coming out, to be honest. But Kuba, so let me ask you this. There's too much music out. I disagree, and here's why I disagree. This amount of music has always been coming out. We just know about it now. How's that? Back in the day, you had a tape trade to find out about music. Now it's vomited all over the place. But even I think the cream rises to the top, and even the bands at the top, like that Defeated Insanity album, I can't stop listening to it. Nobody talks about it anymore. It's not that old of an album, so I don't know. I guess I'm old, so I just don't know. I just maybe people still listen to it and just don't talk about it because it's old news or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what people think about that, but I think that attention spans have gotten much shorter. So some people are answering. So Mike says, what do you guys think about Mike's comment? Music on the internet is created short. It says attention spans. Too much at your fingertips, too quick. I think that might be a valid answer, you know? So I don't know. That's a good question, and I think it's worthy of discussion because like the guys in Defeated Sanity or the guys in Incinerate, they worked forever on that. You know, they busted their ass on that album, and then they're all excited to release it. It goes out on the internet. Everybody's all excited for like 8 minutes or an hour, and then it disappears, and it's on to the next thing, which might not even be as good. You know, that's what I don't get, but whatever. I mean, I guess classics are classics. We all still listen to Morbid Angel. Most of us probably all still listen to Morbid Angel, but we don't talk about it on the internet. So, maybe there's that too. I don't know. So it's a good thing. So, do any of you guys out there listen to any classic rock? Is there anybody who listens to classic rock or jazz or anything like that? That's kind of the stuff I love too. So, here's a good answer. Let's see what is. I think it depends. I think people are still too hyped over the Defeated Sanity album, which I don't blame them. Loads of people I know still talk about the new Defeated Sanity album. Okay, so Lena there. Good enough answer. I just don't see it. I guess, you know what? I also don't see it a lot on my news feed, which I figured I would because I've shared the album a couple of times, so I figured it would show up on my news feed, but, it doesn't. So Jim says it's hard to keep people engaged. It's hard to get opinions. I think it's easy to get people engaged. I think it's hard to get people engaged long term. I think there's a difference there. One of the reasons Chris and I do this smoke sesh is that so we can engage with our fans and create a bond with our fans, because we love our fans so much, and that's the most, the music's the most important part, but obviously, but staying in touch with the fans and keeping them in your thoughts and sharing time together, I think is just awesome. And it's something that we're striving to do during this downtime. We are planning a live concert, a live stream concert. The plans are in the works right now. I'm talking to Joe Sincata about it. He'll be doing the sound for it. Don't know all the details yet. I should know more next week. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to that, Let's see what we got. I'm sorry, guys. I'm scrolling through all these comments and questions. So thank you for. Thomas says it's because music is pushed out so fast. It sucks because we used to anticipate albums much more. Now that's an interesting thing. The advertising would start months before the album, and people would go, "Oh my God, the new blank is coming out! I can't wait till January. I can't wait till December." Now it's like it's out, and yeah. So I think that's a good point. I think that's a really good point too. I think you guys have a lot of good points here. So, here's Lena. You're right. Facebook filters posts also. So what? Some people that's true. That is absolutely true about Facebook. That's why we have a website, and we try to drive people to our website. If you don't know our website, it's right down here in the bottom of the screen. It's internal-bleeding.com. We have a lot of cool stuff on that website. We have a great store on that website with plenty of merch that you probably even haven't seen before. We actually have a pretty cool shirt called the Varsity Slam shirt. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but you should cruise on over to the IB store and check out the Varsity Slam shirt, because I think it's one of our cooler shirts. So, check that out. Is anybody smoking anything? Pot? Cigars? Anything? This is actually a Cuban Cohiba. It's very good. It's having some lighting problems. I think that might be because it's a little bit humid outside. I'm not sure, but it's a delicious cigar. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my bourbon. I'm enjoying my company with you guys. So this is great. So what else we got going on here? God, I got so many comments and stuff. I can't keep up with it, man. Yeah, Tony Barnes is coming over to New York. He's going to be in my area. Tony, we're going to hang out. Actually, when you come, you might want to bring your bathing suit, I think, because we should have our swimming pool installed by then. So that should be cool. I knew Drew was having a pipe. Drew, what tobacco are you having in your pipe? Let me know. Put it up in the comments. I hope it's Latikia, because that's my favorite. Andrew's having a cigar. Nice. What are you smoking, Andrew? That's awesome. I wish I was smoking a brisket too, dude. They just opened a barbecue place right up the street from me. I don't know how good it is. We're going to find out. Maybe I'll go tonight after instead of making my brats. We'll see. But smoked brisket. I got to get down to Texas really bad, so. Arn, way to go, brother. Ahoyo Monterey is good, man. I hope you watched earlier. I unboxed your I unboxed your barbecue sauce. I got it right here. I did a taste test on it, brother. It's good stuff. I like the vinegar content a lot, so good stuff. Oh, local Gurkha Ghost. Interesting. Never had one. Local KC pipe tobacco. Excellent. It's nice to see some of you guys are the brother of the leaf. Look at this. Oh, Manny's watching. Smoking an AJ Fernandez New World. Yes, man. Good cigar, brother. Cheers, man. Hope you're well. So, I didn't mention it in the beginning of the show, but my wife punched me in the head and reminded me to mention brutalglass.com, 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 our official sponsor of the show. Chris would kill me if he found out I didn't mention Brutal Glass. And they are great people. And Brian, the owner, is a wonderful person. So, holy shit, Tara, what's up? How you doing? All's well. Hope all's well with you down there in New Jersey. Everything's all right here. Glad you're watching. Thanks for joining me. I wish Chris was here. I miss Chris. Obviously, the comedy level isn't as high because Chris and I don't have each other to bounce off of. But, whoa. Jeff has a show tonight. Do tell us more, Jeff. You actually have a show? You actually get to play shows? We get to play with our meat whistles and ourselves. That's all about what we get to play with, which sucks, So tell us about the show. I'm sure all of us want to know. Yes, it's very McCarthy of me. I hope Chris is watching. I don't see him up here. He's probably wasted out of his brains. And he deserves it. So he deserves a day off from this stupid SmokeSesh thing that I'm doing. And I'm glad I'm doing it solo. I'm glad I'm here with you guys. I can't believe I'm able to talk this long without screwing everything up. So thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys being here. And you afterwards you can just rewind the stream and watch it. I did it right in the beginning segment. Sorry you missed it, brother. Christian, what's up, brother? So the guy I just put up on the screen right now, he did the artwork for our Final Justice t-shirt, if you ever saw it. It is insane. He is a sick artist, and thank you so much, Christian. Thank you for joining us. Hope all's well down where you are. Hopefully one day we'll get to visit and play down there, which would be great, So, Amanda says, congratulations to New Jersey for legalized toking. So, yeah, I hope you guys in New Jersey are happy. I'm sure New York is going to follow suit. It's decriminalized right now, but I'm sure it's going to be completely legal soon. I don't really partake, so I don't have a dog in the fight, but I know it's big for my big boy Chris. He loves that stuff, and Kyle loves that stuff and stuff. It's not my thing. I don't like that. Can I do a live stream of music? All right, so here I'll do a quick live stream of music if I can find my guitar pick. I got it. I can't really play sitting down. It's kind of weird, but right there. That was a little Laguna Sunrise there. I live streamed some music. It's kind of hard to sit down. It's kind of hard to sit down and play that big fat acoustic on this chair. So anyway, there. I gave you 2 seconds of Laguna Sunrise. We are planning on doing a live stream concert though, so that should be kind of fun. Wow, that's awesome, Jeff. Exploding zombies, baby. You know it. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad you guys are having shows. So, whoa, we got a long thing here from Raphael. I don't know if I can post this, but I'm gonna try. I think Raphael has a good point here. I think that's a really good point. I think also that whatever. I think also that I kind of miss that, right? The anticipation and the excitement. I don't know, but then again, it's like if you want to listen to a band, you can just pop onto the internet and listen to the band, and so there's that convenience thing too. That's kind of cool too. So I guess it's just a double-edged sword. I guess there's a good and a bad, right? A yin and a yang. So I like the old days, but I also don't like having to drive an hour and a half to a record store back like I used to find CDs and stuff like that. So, there's that. So, what else? Hello from Puerto Rico. All right, man. Angel, how are you? Is it Angel or Angel? I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but cheers from Denmark, dude. I hope we get back to Denmark soon. We love playing the Royal Metal Fest, and we played some other shows in Denmark. It was a lot of fun. So, a lot of people checking in. Carl, what's up, brother? Thank you for joining me. You guys got any other questions? You're asking me all mute. You're making a lot of comments. You want to ask me any funny questions, any stupid questions? Go ahead. Any philosophical questions? I am a big philosopher, so you can ask me philosophical questions, whatever you want. We have speaking of Dolan, favorite Immolation album, song, or riff? God, that's a tough one, man. All right, I'm gonna say Into the Everlasting Fire. I know it's from their first album, but that is what sticks with me the most because I guess when I first heard that song, it was like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? Especially that riff, that one riff, and the drums come in, and the drums on that album, the drum sound on that album is monstrous. So there you go. Is it my favorite Immolation album, though? Is the first album my favorite? No. I don't know. I can't pick a favorite. I like them all. So I don't know. I'm not gonna say a favorite because I do like them all and I listen to them constantly. I listen to Incantation constantly too. I can't pick a favorite album. It's too hard for me. So, here's a question. What riff in the IB catalog are you most proud of? Wow. I was thinking, Kevin, this is an interesting question. I was thinking of doing tonight. I was thinking my 5 favorite riffs that I've written for IB. And I was going to do it tonight. I was going to hook up my amp and I was going to play the 5 riffs that I did, but I couldn't decide on what my favorites were. I think one of my absolute favorite, I can give you a couple of my favorite absolute favorite riffs that I wrote for IB. And they might not be riffs that you are aware of or that you even like, but I'm going to tell you the ones that I like, that I really love, right? Okay, so the opening riff of Ocular Introspection is one of my favorite riffs that I ever wrote. The jan 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 da pa pa jan 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 shun shun shun. That's one of my favorite riffs. The end of Anointed in Servitude is one of my absolute favorite riffs. I think it's one of the heaviest riffs ever written. And I'm not trying to be an egomaniac about that. I just really think it's one of the heaviest riffs ever written. The riff that goes down, down, chin, 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 chin. That's absolutely one of my favorites. The slam riff from The Visitant on our Imperium album is one of my favorites. The one that goes dun 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 dun. That's one of my favorites. The breakdown in Ruthless Inhumanity is one of my favorites. The one that goes that's one of my favorites. So there's a bunch of my favorite riffs that I've written for IB. It's kind of hard to pick, I mean, I've written a lot of riffs that I love, but those are the ones that I know I love because every time I play them live, I got a smile on my face and I connect with those riffs for some reason. So, here's a tough question. What is your favorite Macabre album? Okay, so I'm going to go with either Dahmer or the Unabomber EP. I love the Unabomber EP a lot. That's one of my favorite Macabre releases, but Dahmer's amazing. The new stuff sounds great too. I mean, I love them all, but I laugh my ass off all the way through the Dahmer album. And I'm amazed by the musicianship. And the Unabomber EP has like a really dark vibe to it that I really like. So I would say that's kind of my favorite. I would say that's definitely my favorite stuff from them. What is my favorite riff by Death the Band? Now, I'm not a huge Death fan. But I would say the opening, I think it's the second riff in Flattening of Emotions. I think that's my favorite death riff. I mean, of course, there's the classics, you know. That's a lot catchier, but when I first heard Human and that first riff came in, it blew my mind. It was just so well done, and so that I would say my favorite. That would be my favorite. All right, Arn asks a question: favorite black metal band, if you have one. Well, I don't really have a favorite, but if I have to choose, I'm gonna choose Rotting Christ. They would be my favorite black metal band. I know they're not as extreme as many other black metal bands, but I find that they have, I would say, a lot of classic metal qualities to them that I guess I like. It's just not, black metal's just not my thing. It's just not, it's not heavy. I don't find it heavy. I find it grating to my ears a lot of times. That's just me. Everybody's got their own choices, but I do like Rotting Christ. I like a little of Absu, although I like them when they were a death metal band better, when they released Temples of Ophel, which was amazing. But not a big black metal fan. Sorry, guys. I wish I was. Oh, God. Here's the hardest question in the world. Now, my wife can attest to this because she hears me all the time talk about Texas. What do you love most about Texas? Can I answer with more than one thing? So here we go, right? Almost no taxes, guns, freedom, barbecue, wonderful people. Everybody I've ever met in Texas has been nice. Now, either they're being nice because I'm a Yankee and they're cursing me behind my back because I'm a Yankee, I don't know. But Texans are the nicest people in the world. Everything's big. I love the way they talk. Texas is my favorite state, and of course, BBB, you're probably one of the biggest reasons I love Texas because you are the most hospitable person I have ever met. So, there you go. Oh, my freaking Division II buddy Billy Rubino asked me top 3 all-time favorite guitarists. Okay, here we go. Tony Iommi is number 1. Al Di Meola is number 2. And I'm going to say John McLaughlin is number 3. Those, if I had to pick. And if we go to 5, I would add Jimi Hendrix, and then I would add Robert Cray. So there you go. There's my 5 favorite guitarists instead of 3. So you have that. Carl, why did you ask me this question? What is your opinion against Rage Against the Machine? You don't want to hear my opinion about Rage Against the Machine. A bunch of communists living off capitalism. I don't know, cognitive dissonance. So I hate them. I can't stand them. You know what? Some of their music is actually good, but the philosophical standpoint of the band I cannot stand. And the hypocrisy is like blows my mind. I just can't deal with it. I can't be a communist and be on Sony. Sorry. So anyway, Angel asks, do I like Danzig? I fucking love Danzig. John Christ is one of the best, most underrated guitar players ever. He is a riff god. I do love Danzig greatly. And I like that his voice, some people think his voice is corny or whatever. I like it. It's a shtick. It's great. So, absolutely, Trigger. You know it. We don't abide by commies here. So, wow. In the absence of soul, the riff kills. Thank you, man. Man, nobody knows that song. That's great. Thank you. Here's a dumb question. I didn't mean it. I meant it in a funny way, Tony. Did you have a good time on tour in England? I got to go to the Black Sabbath house. I got to hang out with you. How could I not have a good time in England? And I had Bangers and Mash like 4 times in a row. So, yeah, England was great. I love the people. I love the accents. I love the countryside. I love everything. I love to travel. I'm very blessed and lucky that this band actually gets to travel and see the world. And I hope all you guys, if you like to travel, I hope all you guys get the chance to travel and see the world because nothing beats that. It's the most incredible experience anything ever. So, oh, hey, dude, Trigger, we'll do the same. You get us on your podcast, we'll get you on our podcast. I think it'll be good to highlight veterans and stuff like that. So we'll do that for sure. Absolutely. Maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow when we're playing. So, do I like the Misfits? Of course I like the Misfits. TV Casualty probably is my favorite song. I love that song. I always will. What else we got? We got a lot of stuff here. I'm sorry. I'm going through a lot of stuff. I'm sorry. So there's just too many comments to keep up with. Anyway, well, I'm going to wrap it up soon. We've been on an hour, so. Oh, Kat says Sinister Slaughter owns. Well, yeah, Kat, Sinister Slaughter's great. I was never going to deny that album. I just think that Dahmer is better because it's just. I think Dahmer is better because it's funnier. I think it's funny. There's some seriously funny songs. I think on Dahmer they really found their groove as far as funny, you know. At least that's what I think. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Man, these comments are coming in so quick. I can't keep up with it. Give me a minute. Let me look. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Let me keep up with these comments. Okay, Rob. Oh, Rob from Cognitive's watching. Dude, False Prophet is my favorite. I think you asked what your favorite Cognitive song was. So there you go. What is the next IB record going to be released on? Tape, CD, wax. What do you think? Any will die off soon. Most probably it'll be released on wax and CD. I don't know about tape. You know, we'll see. Carl asks, how much chaos is going to be happening in America in the next few weeks? Honestly, I don't think there's going to be a lot of chaos. I think there'll be a pretty peaceful transfer of power, and that's the way it works. Listen, democracy, and we don't live in a democracy. We live in a representative republic, which is a lot different. Sometimes it's a messy business, and it's good that it's a messy business. I would rather see people upset, and I'd rather see people screaming and yelling and being upset than being shot in the face for having a different opinion. And there's people across the world who don't even get to vote. Or if they go to vote with their right hand, they get their right hand chopped off. So, democracy is a messy business, but it's the best business we have. So I don't think it'll be crazy, and it's always interesting to live through history. So I'm fortunate enough that I've lived through a lot of history, and this was another historical moment that I got to live through, and I can look back on it 20 years from now, God willing, I'm alive, and say, wow, that was pretty historical, you know. So. Top 5 bands out right now, any style. Oh, that's a tough one because I don't listen to any bands that are out right now. If I had to listen to bands out right now, I would say Defeated Sanity. I would say Incinerate. I would say Al Di Meola. I mean, I guess you can call him a band. He's still doing music. You know, I love that. I love him. But there's not much current bands other than death metal bands that I like, and I'm not listening to a lot of death metal now because I'm writing an album and I don't want to accidentally have riffs seep into my head, you know, so I have to listen to different stuff, and the different stuff that I listen to usually harkens back to the 80s or the 70s. That's just who I am. So Ron asks, how does the IB songwriting process usually occur? Do you and Chris bring fully realized songs to each other? No, Chris and I have different writing styles. I usually bring a fully realized song to the table. My songwriting process is really weird. I work on riffs, but I don't really work on riffs. What happens to me is I wake up in the middle of the night with a full song in my head. And then I get up and I spend all day in front of my computer and put down the whole song, all together. And then I tell Chris, hey, I got a whole song together. Come on upstairs into my office. Let's do some work. Chris lives downstairs. Chris will listen to it, and Chris will give suggestions. Let's change this riff. Hey, wait, I think I got a better riff for this part. So then him and I will pick apart my song, add some of his riffs if necessary, or tweak some of my riffs. And then Chris works another way. Chris, sometimes he writes a fully formed song, but he hasn't done that yet. He'll be like, I got a great riff to start a song. And he'll give me the riff, and we'll work on that. And then him and I will work on, that'll be the starting point, and him and I will collaborate together on a song. And usually we end up with a good result. So will Frank be on the next album? I am pretty positive that we're going to have Frank do guest vocals. Actually, I really want to have if I had my druthers, I would have me. I would have Frank. I would have Ray. I would have Jerry. Mike Latito, if I could find him. I would have all. Wallace. I would love to have all of them do gang vocals on one song to kind of do the family thing, but I don't know if that'll happen. But Frank definitely should happen. I don't see getting him a problem. I would love to get Ray LeBron, though. I want him, and I want Jerry Lowe. I'm sure Jerry's local. I'm sure Jerry will join in, too. So another one from Kevin. Kevin, you're really on the politics, huh? Thoughts on very political rock stars. Eddie Vedder, Tommy Lee, Bruce Springsteen, etc. They have a platform. If they want to speak, they can speak. 90% of what they say is horse shit that is not grounded in any kind of economic reality or any kind of reality whatsoever. But that's what happens when you're pampered and you're rich and you're disconnected. So, but for them to speak, I have no problem with that. They have a platform. Good for them. I keep my mouth shut about politics because nobody wants to hear what I have to say, and 90% of the people would hate what I have to say. So I keep my mouth shut and I just observe. So that's where I'm at. So can we get a repress CD of your demos? Ron, that's going to happen. I can't believe you can't find it. We've repressed our demos a couple of times on CD. So if you can't find the Heritage of Sickness collection, which is all three demos on one CD, look on eBay. You should be able to find them. So finally, Carl asks, how's my week been? My week's been, I got to say, it's been pretty good. I'm feeling good for the first time in a long time. I went to a cool cigar dinner on Tuesday night. That was a lot of fun. So, I've had a good week. Man, a lot of people are asking questions. I'm trying to keep up. What else? Ask that. Mike loves the family idea. I do too, dude. Chris and I have been talking about... Sorry, I'm lighting my cigar. Chris and I have been talking about trying to do a family thing. I'm gonna even ask Guy to do a guest solo on the next album. I like to try to keep the family together, even though maybe, even Joe, maybe Joe do some backing vocals. With this band, everybody who's left the band or whatever, it's never been on bad terms. I guess Wallace and Anthony weren't on good terms. They got fired, but generally speaking, everybody who left the band left on good terms, and trying to close the circle, I think, would be a good idea. So I want to do that, but we'll see what happens. I'm working on it though, so we'll see what happens. So, what World War II books are you reading? The last World War II book I read, I'm reading a book. I'm rereading a book right now called The Vision of the Anointed because it's very influential book for me, and I'm just reading it again because it's so mind-blowing. The last book I read was the Hitler biography by Ian Kershaw. I think it was Ian Kershaw. It was probably about 1,000 pages. It was part 2. He did a 2-book series. I read part 1. The last one I read was part 2. It's great. It goes into a ton of detail. and it goes into the mental mindset too, which I think is very fascinating. So, all right, Max asked, why did Wallace get fired? Very simply, he couldn't perform the job. When we went in to record Perpetual Degradation, his vocals were terrible. They were absolutely terrible. They were not. They were not good. They were not on point. They were not on time. Quite frankly, they were a mess. And we got rid of him on the spot. And Billy did the vocals. Because we had to. I had to rewrite all the lyrics to that. I rewrote all the lyrics to that demo in like 2 days, and Billy learned all those lyrics in like 2 days. And we went back in and re-recorded the lyrics, the vocals, because Wallace didn't do a good job. He just lost focus. That sometimes that happens. It's just the way. It's just the way it goes. So. No, Brian. No, he didn't get fired for being a liar. I mean, he kind of did lie a lot, but it was just lack of performance that got him fired. We were all really serious, and when he showed up to do his vocals, he just wasn't. It was a mess. It was just I can't explain it. I have the demo somewhere with his vocals. If I ever released it, you guys would understand, and I'm never going to release it, so you'll never know. So, anyway. That's why Wallace got fired. Not that I want to. I don't want to talk about bad things. So, let me see what else we got going on. I've answered every question. Well, Matthew says 70s are the best time for music. You should know. Well, I should know too, dude. I was alive in the 70s too. I was a little kid, but I was listening to Black Sabbath as early as 1972. So I understand, brother. And I've mentioned this a few times on the live stream. One of the reasons 70s music was so good is because record labels paid you to be a band. It was, okay, you got to write an album, take 6 months, go somewhere, rent a house and jam together for 6 months and come up with an album. It's not like that anymore. So you don't get that organic greatness that you used to have. So Paul, what's up, dude? I didn't even realize you were watching, bro. Thanks for watching. Is IB your first and only band? No. Okay, so I was in a band in college. I was a vocalist. Well, no, let's go back to high school. High school in the 80s, 1985, I was in a three-man band called Politically Incorrect. It's kind of a punk band. I played guitar badly, and I sang badly. I don't even remember much of that. In college, I was in a band called GBA, which was Guilt by Association, which was kind of like a party punk band. I was the vocalist, believe it or not, and I sang with them. And after college, we reformed GBA for just a little bit, and then it broke apart. And then I tried out. I tried out for a band for vocals called Wicked Sin. They liked me, but then I realized I wanted to play guitar and wanted to be in my own band. And then I started a band called Autumn Rain, which was kind of like a doomy metal band. And then came Internal Bleeding. So yeah, I was in a bunch of bands before that. So, freaking Foghat and Molly Hatchet. Foghat's awesome, dude. I love Foghat. As a matter of fact, one of the photographers I work with, okay, all his equipment cases are Foghat's cases. So like he has a drum case that's filled with camera equipment. It's got the Foghat name on it. He bought it off of Foghat, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah. What's your opinion on the last Afterbirth? Most unique stuff in years to me. Yeah, man, I love the new Afterbirth. Cody's the man, dude. He writes some great stuff, and all of those guys are phenomenal musicians. I think it's great. I think, and that goes back to what I was talking about. That album should have had a lot more hype and should have carried on, but it came out. People were like, "Wow, this is great," and it disappeared. I don't get it, but it's a wonderful album. Those guys rule, and Cody's got a vision, dude, and he sticks with it, and I love it. So, Brian, say hello to Serena too. I say hello to Serena. I wish I was down in Texas. I'm sure it's nice and warm down there. It's nice and warm here, but you know, Texas, I know you'd be barbecuing me some good stuff right now. Okay, so here's a good question, and I'm going to explain it. Is there any reason behind IB starting out with very deep vocals, then going more high-pitched vocals, and then going back to deep vocals? There is an absolute reason for it. Okay, so after we recorded Extinction of Benevolence in 1997, we noticed tons of bands were going lower and lower and lower and more guttural and guttural. And we said, we're not going to do it. Everybody's doing it. Let's run the other direction. So we ran the other direction and we did Driven to Conquer, which has very mid-rangey vocals. And kind of happy that we did that because everybody was going the other way and we wanted to go the opposite direction. We never want to ride what everybody else is doing. You know, we did the deep stuff with Frank, and I think on Extinction, Frank blew pretty much everybody away, and it was a good period to the end of that period. And so when Driven came, we all decided that we wanted more clarity to the vocals, and we wanted to take a different approach. We knew it would piss off some people, but you know what? We didn't care. We wanted to do something different. Then we decided that we went a little further with Jerry and kept in that same vein. And then we came back with deep but kind of clear, you know, deep and clear instead of like really deep and maybe not so clear. It's what, you know, our moods change over the years, and that's kind of how we do it, you know. It just is, you know. Keith DeVito was the apogee, the high point of the mid-rangey, tortured vocals. You know, and we wanted to get there, and we got there, and we did that, and now it's time to go the other way again. You know, it keeps things fresh, keeps things different. I know it probably throws some fans off, but you know, when you're playing in a band for 25 years or close to 30 years, you want to have some variety, just to keep you happy and keep things interesting for you. So that's one of the reasons we do that. So Tony, yeah, I'm gonna get one of the Pyrexia guys on the show. I'm gonna either get Chris Basile or I'll get Danny on the show. I'm definitely planning on doing that, so don't worry about that. We'll get one of those on the freaking on the show. Don't worry. All right, so we got that answered. We got all right, so we got a lot of questions answered here. Thank you for all watching. I'm going to hang on for a couple of more minutes and then get going. I'm going to make some brats for dinner. I got orange barbecue sauce. Here's one. Brian Wishing introduced me coming in from Thrash. First band he showed me was Repudiation. Next was IB. I've been a diehard fan ever since. Appreciate what you guys do. Anthony, thank you, brother. That's some of the kindest words I've ever heard. I appreciate that, man. This old man really, you know, feels good about that. Sure, Joker, I would definitely get DeVito back as a guest, for sure. I need him to yell at me. Keith was a big yeller. He was really fucking funny too when he'd yell. Keith is a very funny guy, so all right, this is a dumb question. What do you think about Dying Fetus? They rule. There. How's that? Right? Used to play with them all the time back in the 90s. I would wish we could play with them more, but, you know, the world is a different place now, and they're like this big giant band, and we're not. So we're not playing with them anymore. So maybe we'll hook something up. So why did Keith leave? Keith had family issues to take care of. Keith also injured himself. He hurt his back really bad at work, and it made playing live very difficult. It made doing vocals very difficult. So he had to transition out of the band. Wasn't too happy about it, but you know what? With this music, you got to adapt. You got to overcome. You got to constantly change. I mean, it's how you survive, and I don't want to be a one-man band, so I've got to deal with that. So, yeah, I don't think we're giant, but thank you. I appreciate that. My Mike, is that the black and white poster that we got arrested doing? I think it is. So I know that shirt. I know that shirt. I know that photo. Favorite Dying Fetus album. It's going to be Infatuation and Malevolence or Destroy the Opposition. I'm not sure which one. I guess I would lean towards Destroy the Opposition. So what else we got? We got a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to keep up. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, wait, more comments. I'm sorry. Would IB continue happen if something were to happen to you? I would like to see. I would like to see it continue. Um, I don't want this band to die. I would love it for 80 years from now. It'd still be going on. You know, it's a thing that's bigger than me. I know it's my baby, but it's bigger than me. It's always been bigger than me. It's always been about the band and the sound. And I mean, shit, I fired myself because I couldn't give the band what it needed. So I just wanted to keep going. You know, I mean, I guess beside my children and stuff, that's my business. That's my legacy. So yeah, I would love it to keep going. So Harold, you're late to the party. God damn it! But I am glad you made it too. So Sean, yes, there was a time I was in IB around 2004. I fired myself because I couldn't keep up with the demands of the band. I had just started my own business, and I had gone out on my own. I had quit a job, and I started my own business, and I needed to focus on building my business. And I couldn't build my business and build IB at the same time. So I left for a while. Yeah. So there's your answer. Yeah, it was a lot of the punch your face dudes. Jerry and Frankie Mitz and guys like that, and Bill, of course. You know, they all kept the IB flag going while I was building my business. So that's cool. IB or Sabbath. I'm not sure I understand that, but Black Sabbath will always be better than IB. IB is just a poor ripoff of trying to be Black Sabbath without trying to be Black Sabbath. So, you know, Sabbath, you know, is my favorite band, but God, I can't keep up with the. Susan, have a good night. Oh no, you're here. Hope you're doing well too, man. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate all you guys who joined me. I do miss Chris a lot. I wish he was here, but I think I'm holding down the fort all right. It's dark as hell out right now, and it's only what? It's only 6:13, which is ridiculous. So I'm gonna pour another drink, Maker's Mark, and I'm gonna salute you guys for joining me. So I love your riffs. Driven are the best, man. Israel, or however you pronounce it. Pardon me if I pronounced it wrong. Thank you. That humbles the shit out of me. I really appreciate. It still blows my mind that people actually like the band. Even though I've been doing it for a while, I still feel like a little kid that people are all excited about IB and people love the band and people love to see us come play. And we all are just like so thankful and excited that you guys, you know, you guys like us and we like you. We love you guys and we're thankful for you. Believe me. Ah, this was great. I miss Friday night parties at the A Room. Bill shitting with Bill. And, oh, man. Anthony, we had the best parties at the A Room. Remember that on Fridays and Saturday nights, man? We'd open up the back door. Everybody get fucked up and we'd hang out. Oh, man, those were good times, man. So people who don't know, we used to practice at a studio called the A Room. We had a monthly room at the A Room. And we shared the studio. IB shared the studio with a band called Disfigured. If you don't know Disfigured, look them up. Great band. And we used to have raging parties on Saturday nights and Friday nights. I mean, 100 people all hanging out, having a good time, listening to music, drinking. Oh my God, such a good time, man. We loved it. So Tony, have we ever played on the road with Colorado bands? Yeah, dude. Tony, we played with Skinned. We played with Cephalic Carnage a million times, man. Colorado bands are awesome. So, you know, yeah, we have played with a lot of Colorado bands on the road. Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading something. So here's an interesting thing from Philip, right? We played a couple of shows that weren't that great. Dude, but you know what? Sometimes those shows where no and it happens in death metal. Sometimes those shows where nobody shows up are the best shows because you get to fucking hang out with the people and talk to them face to face and give them a really intimate show. I still had a great time, so I don't care. I can't remember the Vienna show. I know there's one show we played in Austria the last time was packed, so I don't know which show you were talking about. But whatever. I mean, it's all good. So. Kyle says disfigure. Absolutely, man. Disfigured Repudiation. Long Island had some great bands if people would just look into it. Disfigured Repudiation. Necrosis. I mean, so many great bands on Long Island. Do I remember Even Flow? Yes, Tim. I remember Even Flow. I remember the peanut butter and jelly chicken wings. God, that place had the best wings, man. Oh, I loved it. So, oh God. Favorite band to date from Texas? That's a tough question. Um, I'm gonna say, all right. So the easy one is Devourment, only because I love those guys and I've known Brad forever, and I've known those guys forever. But Devour the Unborn is absolutely one of my favorite Texas bands. So I would say either of those two are great. But Texas has so many goddamn good bands, man. Come on, you can't ask me a question like that. That's not fair. So, but that's my answer right now. Toughest IB riff. I don't know. You guys have to answer that. I don't know what the toughest IB riff is. I mean, I think the breakdown in Falling Down is pretty fucking tough. The ban jun 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 ban. I think that's probably one of the tough riffs. But I don't know, man. Oh, Carl says Carl says toughest isn't hard to play. None of our riffs are really that hard to play. We don't go for the technical stuff, so nothing we play is really nothing really play is that difficult. There are some songs on Driven to Conquer that use some like crazy down picking. That the beginning of I think it's Invisible. There's a lot of down picking in there that's pretty crazy. So that's a tough riff. But most of the riffs aren't that tough. I mean, we don't go for the technical stuff, so it's not that tough, man. So at my age, every riff is getting tough, though. With arthritis and my shoulder problems, every riff is getting tough. So, Curveball, favorite New York band. Okay, my favorite New York band. I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna say it. Immolation. They're the epitome of darkness. Rob Vigna writes the most amazing riffs in the world. Now, you'd think I'd say Suffocation, and I love Suffocation more than anything. You know that. But Immolation just strikes. Like, Immolation is just so fucking evil, man. They're great. And they would be number one. And Suffocation is number two, but a very close number two. Could be number one. I just love Immolation so much. I just love them. I can't get enough of Immolation. So, well, Serena, I don't care if it's you asking there. I gave you my answer. It's my honor. Pantera Slayer. Slayer. That would be That was my answer. I do like Pantera. I'm not a huge fan of Pantera. I do like Pantera. I love Phil's vocals, but I never really like totally got into them. I love them, but I never totally got into them. William asks, "What's my favorite hardcore band? New York hardcore band?" Okay, you ready for this? Token Entry. Do you even know who they are? They're my favorite hardcore band. I only listen to New York hardcore. The only real New York hardcore I like is like '80s New York hardcore, like Victim in Pain, Agnostic Front, Token Entry, Warzone, stuff like that. I like the old hardcore. I'm not the new hardcore is just metal. It's not really hardcore to me. All it is metal. I like some of it, but it's just not my thing. So. Favorite hip hop sample. All right, my favorite hip hop sample is Angel of Death on Channel Zero from Public Enemy, where they cop that riff from Angel of Death. That's the greatest. That's the greatest hip hop sample ever. That song rules. That's Channel Zero is the hardest fucking hip hop song ever, in my view. So. Oh, Mike, you know Token Entry, man. All right, fuck yeah, dude. I love Token Entry, one of the great bands of the '80s. One of the great hardcore bands of the '80s. Oh, Timothy likes Warzone. Hell yeah, man, dude. I actually went to. I didn't know this until much later, but I actually went to summer camp when I was a kid. I went to summer camp with Luke Abbey, who played drums for Warzone for a long time, and I didn't realize it until like 30 years later. And I said, Luke Abbey. I'm like, I wonder if that's that little kid I went to camp with. And I emailed him one day, and it was the same Luke Abbey. It was the coolest thing in the world. Favorite band from Chicago. My God, that's tough, man, dude. You asked really. I don't know. Flesh Grind, Macabre, uh, Jungle Rot. There's too many good Chicago bands, man. I can't answer that. I can't answer that question. Um, I have a special love for Jungle Rot. I have a special love for Flesh Grind. I have a special love for Macabre. Um, Dysphoria is sick. I mean, there's so many good Chicago bands. So yes, Biohazard, of course. Biohazard's a great band. It was Billy's favorite band. So yeah, they're a great New York band too. Did I ever hit matinee shows at CBGB's? All the time. I saw so many great bands at CBGB's. I can't even tell you, man. Yes, of course, Broken Hope's in there too. I told you there's too many Chicago bands that I can talk about. I love Broken Hope. We toured with them. They're a great band. I mean, they're like the Chicago brutal sound. They kind of like invented the Chicago brutal sound. So you can't, you know. Okay, here's a question, and I think I have the answer to it. What was the name of the band whose member used to manage or work with Suffocation? It's been killing me. All right, you ready, dude? Destroyed by Anger. Jason Fligman. That's the guy's name. Great fucking band. Yes, Destroyed by Anger. There's your answer. I'm just an encyclopedia of bullshit, aren't I? So, Maureen, thank you for watching. Where's the mayor? I need to know where the mayor is right now. I hope he's making everybody happy because he is the mayor. So, I was going to get off, but you guys keep asking me questions. So, I'll keep going for a little while. So, Steve, you're welcome. I am going to assume this is Bucket List Band, not Buck List. I already toured with Suffocation, which was a bucket list thing, since they're my good friends. I would like to do a full tour with Dying Fetus. That's a bucket list thing. And I would like to do a full tour with Black Sabbath. That's a bucket list thing, but that'll never happen. As much as I would love it to happen, it'll never happen. So, Jungle Water from Wisconsin. Well, Jimmy's from fucking Chicago, so I call them a Chicago band. Maybe they are a Wisconsin band, but I'm closest with Jimmy, so I call them a Chicago band. And regardless, they're still a great band. So, what else we got going on? Oh, that's right. the mayor went to work. So I have like a 10,000 candle power light in my face right now. It's really difficult to deal with, but I don't care, guys. This is great. And keep answering questions as long as they keep coming in. So, yeah, Mike, I've been corrected. Like I said, I'm friends with Jimmy, and Jimmy's a Chicago. I'm best friends with Jimmy out of all the rest of the guys, and he's a Chicago boy. So I call them a Chicago band. Here's the most important question of all. When are you getting sponsored by Four Roses? Dude, we need to be sponsored by a whiskey brand, right? I wouldn't mind Maker's Mark sponsoring us. You know, I hope they do. We should get one. So, but we are sponsored by, as my wife would say, mention Brutal Glass. BrutalGlass.com, BrutalGlass.com, BrutalGlass.com. All right, so Philip says, make the tour happen with Fetus and Mortal Decay. Dude, I would fucking die to go on tour with Mortal Decay. Anybody who knows me knows they are my favorite band on the planet. I will always love them. I love those guys. I've known them forever. And Mortal Decay is my favorite band, period. Out of every band there is in the underground, Mortal Decay is my favorite. End of story. There's no better band. I know that's my opinion, but that's my opinion. So, anyway. What are you guys doing tomorrow? Do you guys have nice weather? What's the story? You guys going out tomorrow? Whatever. I'm going to a car show. I'm going to a charity car show tomorrow. I'm gonna put $25. Oh, look! BrutalGlass.com joined us. Look, Brian. Brian from Brutal Glass. I'm going solo today, right? My wife wrote this. I want to show you this. She told me to mention Brutal Glass because, I'm not a pot smoker. So I mentioned Brutal Glass. So, yeah, Mortal Decay rips, dude. Like I said, they're my favorite band. John Hartman is one of the best guitarists in death metal ever. Same with Joe Gordon. Those guys are like underrated as fucking hell. So it is. Vegas might get rain for the first time in 200 days. Dude, I wish I lived in Vegas. I'd have my car out every fucking day. It's awesome. So, all right, guys, I'm going to give it a, 627? I'll give it a 645, and then I'm going to quit because I got to stop. So, all right, I'll tell her you said thanks. She's on the phone right now, so I can't tell her. So, but I will tell her. So she reminded me. She's like, you better mention Brutal Glass or Chris is going to get mad at you. So I mentioned it. So, all right, well, I'm glad you guys smoke. I'm having my whiskey. Whiskey's good. Look, for my American friends, the election's over and we're all still alive. Can you believe it? Everybody thought the world was going to end, and it didn't. And here we are talking metal, having a good time, and that's really, at the end of the day, that's all that matters because it's us together, and that's really all that matters. So, right? You know what I'm saying? Wisconsin or Chicago, all good. Yeah, but you know what? Chicago's got great pizza. I don't know if Wisconsin has good pizza. And I don't like cheese, so that kind of gets rid of Wisconsin, right? I mean, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I love Chicago. I love Wisconsin too, so it's not really a big deal. Wow, I have text messages. I wonder if that's from Chris. Nope, it's not from Chris. I thought Chris was going to text me, but he didn't, that bastard. He didn't even check in with me. So, oh, I'm not a scientist. Kevin asked me, what's the solution to COVID? I'm a big fan of okay, so all right, I'll be serious here. What is the solution to COVID? I think the solution is building herd immunity. Let people who are not in the risk category contract it and pass it amongst themselves and get sick for 3 days, and you build herd immunity. I am not expert though, but that's my thing. Running and hiding from the disease is not. It's not going to help anybody. So that's kind of how I look at it. But I'm not an expert. So and experts are hard to trust because some of them can be politically motivated, some of them can't. So who knows? But you can't hide forever. That's all I'm trying to say. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Those Bona Italian beef sandwiches in Chicago rule. Thank God Maureen Ocampo and her husband send us, whenever we have practice, she sends us fucking Italian beef sandwiches from Chicago along with pizza, and it's the best. So, and yes, I think Maureen, I think Portillo's is better, but I do like the Bono, but Portillo's is better for sure. So, hope to see you guys in Manchester when this virus fucks off. I hope we see you in Manchester too. I need to go to Manchester again. Got to have some beers with my buddy Tony and enjoy myself. So, what else we got? Glad Mortal IB and Mortal Decay kept going. Yeah, man. We got to keep going, dude. Favorite Cryptopsy song? Defenestration. There. That's my favorite Cryptopsy song for sure. Or Emaciate. Emaciate's a great song too, so. Bring the wife to a show. I do bring her to local shows. If we had money, I'd bring her to a show somewhere else, wherever. But, money's tight, man. So local shows, she goes to every local show. But she can't go, if we play in California, she can't fly out to California. Somebody's got to watch the kids or whatever, so it's tough. But we'll work it out. Hopefully she'll get to a show. Bill Ward or Bill Tolley. I know this is, I'm going to say Bill Tolley, even though Bill Ward's my favorite drummer. So that's kind of like a tough question, There are great places to grub in Pittsburgh. Yes, there are. Every every city has their own thing. Kansas City has some great stuff. Pittsburgh has great stuff. Texas has great stuff. Everybody's got their great stuff. So, oh my God, you guys are crazy. Oh, Artie wants her on the sesh. Is she still on the phone? Babe, hold on a second. I'll see if I can get my wife on the show. Babe. All right, so I'm going to get my wife on the show. All right, so you guys want to see you want to meet my wife? Here comes my wife.
Your wife is not presentable.
She's not presentable, she says.
Presentable. Look at my shirt.
There's my wife. Wait. Nope.
Hello.
This is my wife, Krista. And hi, she puts up with all my bullshit. And there she is.
He's a nice man. Love you.
I love you too. I'll go fuck off.
Was it a good show?
It's been a great show.
Awesome.
I miss Chris though.
I know.
I miss Chris.
He'll be back next week.
He'll be back next week. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right.
Wait, brutalglass.com.
Brutalglass.com. Brutalglass.com. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, my wife just tripped over the fire pit and went right.
Oh, okay. I fell off your guitar.
She tripped over the guitar, fell into the fire pit, and smashed her face. Oh my God, what a mess.
I like how it looks like it's like.
James, come join the show.
No.
My son won't join the show, so he can.
Just say hello.
Just say hello.
Hello. Come on. Come on, you want attention. You're getting attention.
Here comes my son. That's my son, James. Wave hello to everybody. All right, get out of here. Get out of here, kid. You bother me. All right, so you met most of my family. My oldest son is away on a sleepover, so is she dead? No, she's not dead, fortunately. If she's dead, I'd be be a lot of trouble. Maureen Alex is away on a sleepover. Thank God. I don't have to listen to him. So, McCarthy has been replaced with the youth. No, man, I'm not going to. Oh, you want to meet my dog? Duster. Come here. Come.
Dusty.
Here's my dog.
Oh, he's so scared.
Here's my dog. He's very scared right now, but
oh,
look at him. He's so cute. There's the idiot. So anyway, now you met everybody in my family. So, well, you didn't meet the. Well, no, you met the rats, and you met the rats in a previous episode. You haven't met the what is
Lizard?
it? The lizard, the stupid lizard, which is freaking useless. You haven't met him. Gene Hoglan versus Dave Lombardo. Tough question. I'm going with Dave Lombardo. He's tastier. So, do any of my sons want to play guitar like you? No, they don't, unfortunately. Although my oldest son Alex can play Crazy Train on the guitar. He learned that in school, but otherwise. Thank you, Sarah. Yes, my family is beautiful. I don't know why they're beautiful when they're related to me, but I don't know. I guess I lucked out, huh? Thank you. And Sarah, tell your man I said hi. What else? What else we got going on here? I asked that question. Maureen, if you're still watching, my wife wants to know how are your straws doing?
How is her straw?
How is your straw? Maybe she'll answer. I know she's watching. She might have tuned out. So.
Well, it's a long show.
I know, but we're having a good time here.
Yes.
So. Oh, Maureen is watching.
My son didn't either, but now. Oh.
So, anyway.
Cheers.
Tony, we can't wait to get to Colorado either. Hopefully, I'll be alive by the time COVID ends. You never
so.
You never know. I'm like 95 years old. So
I'm going to make sure the life insurance payments are up.
You're a bitch. You know that?
Well, listen. I mean, I might as well make some money out of it.
Oh, you might as well. Maureen still has the straw.
Oh, I'm so glad. I could send you another one, honey, if you lose it.
Regan or Regan? I'm not sure I know what that means, but Ronald Reagan is my favorite president. So there's that. So if not in IB, what band can you see yourself meshing with? Wow, that's a tough question. I would love to say Mortal Decay. I think I could bring a lot to Mortal Decay. I would love to play with those guys, and I love those guys. We play different styles, but I am like totally on Mortal Decay's wavelength, and I would love to play with them. So, any plans for across the water in Jersey when the time comes? Sure. There's plans to do everything. I just hope we can get there. You know. Yeah, Tim. My wife is a savage. She's awesome. She puts up with me. You know. That's right, Andrew. The Gipper's the man, dude. Ronald Reagan's the man who made me want to start my own business. I don't have, I have like two heroes in my life. One of them is Tony Iommi, of course, and the other is Ronald Reagan. He had a very big impact on my life when I was a young kid. Not young, but when I was a teenager. He really had an impact on my life. And I have a picture of him at his desk, at my desk in my office, because he inspires me. I know a lot of people didn't like him. I loved him. And I wish there'd be more politicians like him. So, favorite Goat Horse song? I'm not a big Goat Horse fan. Sorry, can't answer that question. What else we got here? Prost, Mike Prost, dude. I'm gonna have some mustard that you gave me tonight on my brats, along with Arnie's barbecue sauce, which is right here. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna. Arnie says the '80s rule, dude. The '80s did rule. I think it's because we grew up in the '80s. I'm an '80s. Well, I'm a '70s and '80s kid, but you know I remember enough of the '70s to appreciate how great the '80s were, and I don't know, the '80s were pretty great. Even some of the music that came out in the '80s was great. But you know what? It's great now. I mean, we're alive, dude. some people aren't alive now, so it's good to be alive. Period. We'll survive all this stuff. Bloody Mary, love Bloody Marys as long as they're super spicy. So Tony says 70s rule. I'm too old too, 53. Right on, man. Same age, brother. It's good to be old. Except when you wake up in the morning and everything fucking hurts, and your shoulder hurts, and your elbows hurt, and everything else hurts. But it's good that we've lived a long life, and thank God we have. We've seen a lot of history happen, which is amazing to me. Favorite venue and state. What is my favorite venue and state? I'm going to say Milwaukee Metal Fest. Eagles Ballroom. So, all right. I really have to fucking get off here because you guys are great. You guys keep answering and I keep going, and I really should stop and watch get off, cook my brats, and watch Schitt's Creek. If you ever watch that show on Netflix, it's pretty funny. It's not like drop dead funny, but it's kind of weird funny, Favorite suffocation tone. I think the pierced from within tone is my favorite tone. I think, you know. But yeah, I think the pierced from within tone. The production was perfect on that album. Great album. Oh, you guys are chiming in. I'm 26. I'm 36. I wish I was 36. Unfortunately, not. I'm in my 50s, and but hell, fucking, I keep going. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up now. Finally, for got 4 more minutes. I'm gonna wrap it up at 6:45 on the nose. I hope you guys enjoyed the solo episode. I had a good time. You guys seem to have a good time. Best rider of all shows or fests. I'm going to say Neurotic Death Fest in the Netherlands. That rider was sick. We got so much good food. I mean, dude, Brian, I'm not trying to take away from your catering, which is amazing, but these guys laid out thousands of dollars worth of food and beer, and oh my god, and literally treated us like royalty. So I think that was my favorite rider. Susan, enjoy your evening too. I hope we get down to Texas to see you again. Thanks, sister. Harold, I love you, brother. We got a long history together, man. Thank you. Cheers. Have a great night. Oh, here we go. This is a good question. I'm going to ask: was that a natural progression? We heavily. You can't deny that. One can't deny that we were inspired by that Legion of Inveracity riff. I mean that was part of it, but it wasn't the main thing. We were more hardcore boys, so that was kind of in us already, but of course, but we said that death metal should be all slam riffs and get rid of the fucking grind and get rid of the blast beats and get rid of going fast, and everything should be groovy all the time. So it was kind of a combination. It wasn't sure that was an inspiring riff, but it was more that we wanted to play groovy music all the time and just put it in the death metal idiom. There is a difference, It's not just that riff that inspired us. We were more hardcore boys than hardcore and hip hop boys than anything else, trying to put it into the death metal idiom. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of what we were at, So Kyle says, I thought I'd be a hardcore playing. You're absolutely right, dude. We were a hardcore. My son's killing me. We were a hardcore band playing death metal. Absolutely. I mean, Billy's biggest influence is Biohazard. My influences are Black Sabbath and 80s death metal. So I mean, sure, the death metal was an influence, but we molded our own sound. So, so that's kind of where it came from. So anyway, thanks guys. We got a minute left. I'm finally going to sign off. Chris McCarthy didn't join me, which I'm a little pissed off about. But I'm going to give him hell on Monday. He'll be back next week, and you guys will be able to laugh again. I know I didn't get you guys laughing, but we did have some fun with my wife tripping over the fireplace and shit like that. So thanks a lot, and I love you all, and thank you for being with me and being with the band and supporting the band. And thanks, Jim. We'll get you on the show eventually, dude, because I want to promote your band. Thanks a lot. We really appreciate it. Have a good night, and I love you all, seriously. And when we play out live, make sure you come up and say, hey, dude, I watched the Smoke Sesh. Thanks a lot. We really appreciate it, you know. Stefan, have a good night, brother. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it, man. Love you all. Have a good night. See ya.